Hey, so welcome for this beautiful live. We're going to talk today about leadership, personal growth, and wealth, and how do you get there? How do you get to that next level? I'm looking forward to sharing with you a piece of this abundance, a piece of the pie, as to how we do it and how we help many executives like yourself really get to that next level. Myself and Harrison Klein, we've combined forces, and we're helping executives on many different parts of the world to really break into new markets, to really get into the organizational productivity and efficiency and streamline the services that is needed. We're going to share with you that very smoothly here. You've got my number and you've got everything that's happening here with me on this screen. So let's share with you the screen with all right, see if it lets me share the screen. Yeah, I'm trying to let me share. Mhm. Here we go. It's giving him permission. Yep. All right. So here we are. Apologies about that. The screen had a little bit of freeze up, and we are back. Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear? Harrison, how you doing?
We're doing terrific, outstanding, incredible, and awesome. Yes, I can hear you. We are dazzlingly galactic here.
Ooh, love it.
Ooh.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, opened it up and I tried to share a screen, and suddenly Chrome did its thing and it says, I'll be back. So I had to reboot Chrome. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome to this amazing live where we're going to
Welcome,
share with
welcome.
you.
And Albert Einstein welcomes you.
Yes, Albie is with us. He's a good friend of ours. We've been
That's
studying him
right.
for a long time, right?
He's a good guy.
He's a very good guy. Very, very good guy. So,
Last week I bought him a brush.
it looked like it didn't help. It looks like it didn't help.
Well, the comb can't get through. Okay. But
That's
at least he doesn't have hair trauma like us.
what hair trauma? Mine, I'm good the way I am. I don't see that.
Oh, no trauma? Okay. Well, I do.
So, welcome everybody. We're going to talk to you about abundance, about wealth, and about leadership. And we're engaged in helping companies like yourselves out there in becoming that next better, that next version of you to open new markets, to maybe implement AI, to maybe get some organizational productivity, efficiency training. And we're excited to share with you how a little bit of it today, how we do. Of course, we can't share all of it today. We're going to share bits of the pie, and our number and contact is on the screen. So if this excites you, if this is something that engages your creativity, and you want to see a different flavor of growth and productivity, we'll be excited to share with you more, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So, Harrison, welcome and thanks for joining me on this short notice. We just came up with this idea yesterday, and I said, all right, right now we were meeting just earlier. I said, Harrison, 2 p.m., we got to go live. And he goes, yeah, let's do this. So,
Let's do
welcome.
it.
Good to see you, my friend.
Oh, good to see you, Kamal. This is awesome, and I am so excited to be connected with all the people around along our channels, our groups, our Facebook lives, our LinkedIn people, our YouTube people, and all that. So I just wanted to, make a connection because we are opening a whole new, brand new process and can of worms for you guys in the best way possible. When I talk about can of worms, I'm talking about going deep into something that's kind of brand new and innovative. And I want to, work with you guys on this sort of thing. So the first question that I want to ask you guys is, are you stuck? Have you been stuck? What does it mean to be stuck? Right? what it means to be stuck. Do you have a definition for it, Kamal?
Well, it's a very good question, and thanks for bringing it up. Stuck is basically, it could be at any level. You could be just frustrated with that $100,000 job, or you could be frustrated with that $1 million company that's not growing. Stuck is a phrase commonly used in the coaching industry, and you're just there. You've been trying, you're working hard, you're pushing, and it's not moving. The needle is not going forward. Or you could be stuck that you're in a very negative cycle where you're not landing any deals, you're not gaining partnerships. That's kind of what I hear, what I listen to when my clients come to me.
Yeah, well, the consequences of being stuck means that, you could be in stress, you can be in pain, you can be in, you know, lack of mobility and darkness and anything that, has limiting beliefs, that anything that has, insufficient skills, anything that has difficulty in your process. And what we want to do is we want to, talk about making the difference between, wherever you are now and, taking that sort of leap, the quantum leap for psychological and market growth. We want to penetrate new markets. I think that's a whole new thing. So we want to get new qualifying leads. We want to create, you want to make $1 million, you can't be stuck. You have to be in mobility. You have to be in flow. And there's two parts to flow. One is the business flow, and one is the uh, hi Teddy. One one is the business flow and one is the personal flow. So, part of the whole process of coming into these things are looking for accuracy in the way we create results. So, we want to master attraction. We want to master, high paying clients. We want to master, insufficient skills. We want to master, clarity and market value. So to make $1 million, you have to be good at a lot of different things. But the truth is that there's really only a three-tier process, and then everything else is just the subtleties of that three-tier process that that we are masters at, and we help other people at, is to build a vast or at least a significant audience, or improve the audience levels that you have. So that means that we increase, the numbers that of people that are you're connecting to. Secondly, is to build an automated, client recruitment system, so that you can make a lot of money without you having to be there all the time to be the one to have to pull that process together continuously, so that you can do that on AI. You can do that on a number of different, automated ways and softwares that help you recruit clients for whatever it is you want to do. So we also want to come into targeting correctly, and that can only be done, or that can best be done, by your ability to create these softwares that get you to the right messaging, to the right positioning, to the right branding that reaches the audience, the target audience that you want. And then we want to get into the sales place, into the scaling place, where we increase your services, we increase your revenue, we increase your uh, um, uh, products and product development, and so on and so forth. So, we want to have some fun with you guys, because what we want to do is we want to create this innovative system. We want to deal with what is the pain points that people have in order to get to the level that they need to get through. What we found over the course of, our, research and working through that, is that, leaders, and we do a lot with leadership, have trouble attracting high paying clients. They have an inability to scale correctly, or to inability to scale systems that grow their business in a wonderful way. Sometimes they lack marketing skills, or branding skills, or positioning skills, or lead generation skills, or conversion skills, or client retention skills. So we want to play with that, And I'm not just talking about creating a process here that is for sales. We want to make sure that we understand your struggles with time management. We understand your struggles with belief systems. We understand your struggles with insufficient visualization skills. I find that a lot. Do you find that a lot with your clients? They have trouble visualizing correctly, or they have unemotionalized ideas. You know, because I kind of get I kind of have to coach a lot of people into emotionalizing their ideas. You know, and then the biggest problem that we have that we see, you know, is people don't really know what they want. They really don't. So you know they have to get honest with themselves, and this is a personal growth process. So there's two parts to our growth process. One is the business part, and then the other is the personal part. So you know. What do you think is going to be, you know, a strong business, comprehensive business strategy? We're going to talk about holistic stuff. So, how do you get big? Kamal, anything you want to add to that? You know,
Yeah, well, thank you for this overall perspective, Harrison. Like the power of the information and the power of the of when you get together to embrace the next level. That's what happened. One of the big things that I've been doing and helping executives is masterminding. It's so underrated and so misunderstood. Like when you put your team together and when you get everybody on board and you kind of get on the same page and you're building that team, you can mastermind in a whole different perspective. Never mind that you don't know how you're going to do it. Never mind that you don't know what's going to come next. But you put a team together and you follow the principles the way they were put forth by Andrew Carnegie with Napoleon Hill, you will get to a whole different level of achievement. You will start figuring out how to embrace this unknown that's out there. You know, you'll get everybody to participate. We call it you go from so many degrees, 6 8 degrees, down to 2 degrees, yeah, right? So you're aligned the
separation.
resources, you're aligned the network.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, in order to do that, you have to be strong in your habits because, you know, people who make millions of dollars basically have very, very ritualized habits. And they repeat those habits over and over again until they're really, really efficient and sufficient. You know, you have to have a life in your wealth. You have to have some way to inspire yourself and to inspire other people and to do that in a habitual manner. Uh, Leaders are readers. So you got to read books. You know, you got to be able to play with the concepts that you get outside of your own uh, self, you know, that don't just come from your imagination, but that come from all the information that's available to you. You got to be able to write. You got to be able to journal because journal clarifies the way you become conscious of what you do. Journaling becomes
Mhm.
conscious. You got to be able to meditate. You know, uh, every great leader that I know spends a lot of solitude and alone time in reflection, self-reflection, and self-awareness. You know, and one of the things that you got to do to boost yourself up is to have gratitude. You know, we deal with these gratitude. So how do we do all that stuff? Well, we wake up early. We have rituals that we do, and we move through the process of targeting where we want to go, basically. And if you fall down, if you're stuck, you have to regard that as just pulling the bow back so that the arrow can reach the target.
I, I,
So
I love it. I mean, what Harrison is talking about, for those who are listening live or those who are listening to the replay, we're talking about impact, because at some point in your business, in your career, you'll start making enough money. You'll start progressing if you pursue it and if you persist. But it comes to a point where, with the executive that we work with, is that they don't have the mindfulness, they don't have the presence, they don't have the practices that it takes to have that impact that they want. What do people want? They want time and money, freedom, but they also want impact. They also want this calm mindset, this serene. How do you get that? How do you get the presence and the mindfulness? How do you slow down to speed up? That's what we're talking about. This is what we teach the elite, how to become that next level. This way, you don't do a lot, you do less, and you get more, because you slow down to speed up. It's not about how you do things. It's about what you do. Wallace Wallace said, we get rich by doing things in a certain way. It's not by working hard.
that's right.
It's by working, but it's not by working hard. And if you think it's working hard, it's not by working hard and struggling and sweating every day, 7 days a week. There's a different way to getting to that next level. So mindfulness is huge, huge, to get you to that impact that you want.
People who work hard are the hardest working people are don't make the most amount of money. It's people who have the thought processes that make the most amount of money. Who the giants of the 20th century and the beginning of the 21st century were the ones who had organized the means of production. Well, the means of production are pretty well organized at this point. Now the new stuff that we're going into are the means of delivery, the means of distribution. So the trend is really very different than it has been in the last 50 years. And so in doing that, you have to get innovative. You have to have new ideas. You have to have research that you do for the market. You have to go places you've never gone before, which means that you have to develop particular value strategies. You have to develop particular ideas that help reach a bigger audience and target and position yourself in a way that makes you a leader. So you want to make $1 million, you have to be a leader. You can't be a follower unless you are really a high executive in a big corporation. But for the most part, we're talking about entrepreneurs and business owners. They have to lead the market. They have to be somewhere and do something different that differentiates them in a way that helps the process become better than somebody else has, or different than somebody else has. Sometimes you don't have to be better, but being better is a way to lead the market, and being different is a way to lead the market. So the thing is, let's design, if you want to, together, you and I and Kamal, we can design a process for you that will make you a market leader to help get better at what you do, or to get different than what you do. And
Hmm.
the fun part of it is that the masterminding principle is what is the most important part of doing that, where you do it with other people, where you come together to have a synergy, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and that you find the channels to move in different directions. And it is fun, when you toss around creative ideas, it's fun. And then you tweak them, and then you go down to what works and what doesn't work. And when you get that, you start to create a strategic value, and you start to create strategic partnerships, and you start to create this process of getting unstuck. Your subconscious starts to to work in your favor, instead of just being there. It starts to give you ideas. It starts to connect you with people. It starts to give you
I
experiences,
love it.
make you a bigger, wonderful, more successful, more amazing person. Your personality gets better. Your processes get better. Your material goods get better. Your um, connection, your uh, specificity gets clearer. Your focus gets better. Your clarity gets better. Your success gets better. So we want to create the wealth life, and the wealth life takes certain kinds of you know challenges, and it takes certain kinds of processes that are involved in creating a big vision that serves a lot of people. The bigger the vision, the better the connection we have for a lot of people, and that a lot of people come out of the woodworks to do big vision.
Hmm.
Let me give you an example. My spouse, or Marbeth, for some of you who know me or don't know me, you know, she has a project called 10 million for world peace. Well, in the first 2 weeks she was out there, she attracted over 1,000 people to sign up for 10 million for world peace, and they all meditated. They all meditated together at the same time, 7 minutes every single day, 1,000 people. And we just got the independent statistics, and those statistics say that the level of violence that was in the during those 21 days dropped by 25% across the world, 27% actually. So a big idea recruits a lot of people. A good idea recruits a lot of people. So we want to develop the courage and the competence and the clarity and the consideration and the commitment that it takes to make $1 million. And guess what? It ain't that difficult. $1 million is not a big thing, guys.
It's
These,
actually not a lot, right? I mean, that's why we call it, personal growth, wealth consulting. Like, the idea is that once we increase this impact that you want, once we get you to wealth multiply with what you have, you already have it. We're just going to help you move into this direction and grow. And this could be for individuals, CEOs, executives. It could be for companies. We do with both. We're working with a company now on a humanitarian level. They're doing amazing stuff. Like, the stuff that they're going to do and how they're going to grow, it's just phenomenal. Like, there's elements that Harrison brings about, like the mindfulness, the design thinking, the visualization. Like, you all can visualize, but you think you do not. When you were a kid, you could visualize everything. It was easy for you to see stuff, but now you're all blocked up.
yeah,
We implement these simple processes that you don't study in school. Like, I've taken 5 degrees, I never heard of these things. Even had an MBA, it cost me $90,000. I never heard of this systems thinking or metaphorical thinking. How do you mastermind with your own executive team to really see the bigger picture, to wealth multiply your company and your personal impact and philanthropy? That is one of the examples that we help some people do as well. Because
yeah. Yeah, we want to increase. We want to leverage what we already have. We don't have to go outside to get a whole bunch of stuff. Everything that you need to become a millionaire is internal. It's there inside of you.
Mhm.
The information comes from something that questions that you've asked. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life, as my friend John DeMartini says. So he says the quality of your questions determine the quality of your life. Everything you need to be a millionaire or a billionaire or a star or a influencer is inside of you already. All you got to do is be able to tap it. So you want to establish continual improvement. You want to establish innovation. You want to get to the things that are inside of you already in the most wonderful way, so that you can bring those things out and have fun with them. And the more playful you get with ideas, the more creative you become. And the more creative you become, the more innovative you become. And the more innovative you become, the more money you make. So
I love it. So, Harrison, and time flies when we're having fun, but we want to leave you with, you have our number on the screen to reach out to work with us. You can apply and see how we can develop you further and your company. But one of what's happening since last week and this week, the two clients, prospect that I met with, they are very scared. They are very concerned on what's happening out there, and they're not embracing the unknown very well. And maybe today we can leave whoever's listening to us on that thought. How can they embrace the unknown better? How can they transform what they're seeing as going to be a failure based on the economy to a success? Because that's our job, to help you go through this process. So maybe a couple wise words from you, Harrison, on embracing this unknown and what's happening with this market right now, because businesses are seeing a lot of things that might go wrong for them, but we know a lot of business are going to do well as well. So what can they do out there, and what should they be doing, preparing for?
Well, things that keep you from embracing the unknown are fear, are being stuck, are being undercapitalized, underutilized, not having a social network in a way that is, supportive. Things that keep you from embracing the unknown are, not being grateful for the things that you need. Sometimes when you start to develop this courage, and the issue about getting into the unknown has to do with courage. So you have to basically be able to face your fears, step into things that you've never done before, put yourself out there, and allow what comes in to be natural, to be whatever that is. So, and as you start to deal with the hero's journey, and the hero's journey is always about leaving one thing to become something better. It isn't what you do, it's what you become. It's not what you get in this world, it's what you become. And when you become something, you basically work through the process of achieving whatever it is that becoming happens to be. So when you walk into the unknown, you're becoming something different than you were before. You can't get to a much higher place and stay the same person that you are. So you have to embrace change. So you have to embrace change. Change is often unknown, but we can minimize that risk by having a plan, by having a detailed plan. Now, it doesn't mean everything's going to go according to plan, but it does mean that you can be more prepared for the next level of what you do. And so, embracing the unknown is being willing to face what the consequences of your life are, and be competent the um, to the challenges that life throws you. And that's not as difficult as one might seem, but it's that we're trained against that. We are trained against that. We're trained to want to keep the status quo together. But the giants in industry, the giants in the world, are trained to challenge those things. They're trained to challenge. Edison challenged everything. Tesla challenged everything. Elon Musk challenged everything. Steve Jobs challenged everything. He took the ideas that were already there and he said, how can I have something different or better? How can I
Yeah.
think Steve Jobs said, we think differently. That was his whole thing, right? We think differently. And Elon Musk said, why don't we reverse everything? So he didn't take a car and put a computer in it, a better computer in it. He made a computer and put a car around it. I'm sorry.
And
I
no, that's the incredible part. Like in 2008, everybody remember when the market was tanking, and a lot of auto manufacturers that have been around for hundreds of years, they were going bankrupt, from GM and Chrysler and a few others. Elon Musk was at the point of, what do I do? He's got SpaceX and he's got Tesla. And it came down to the last minute, the last hour of Christmas, when some money came in to see Tesla come through this. And look where they are today, right? So it does take that brainstorming. It does take the team. It does take that transformation. Don't be out there doing it alone. You got to start asking yourself good questions. You got to start asking yourself, the quality of your question of your life. The good questions you ask going to determine your quality of your life. But who are you hanging around? I learned that the hard way. It took me 22 years to figure it out. We become the average of the 4 or 5 people we're hanging around, including those mentors, including those coaches that are helping you. So we're excited about this journey. The clients that we have are doing phenomenal. And Harrison here, he is just incredible. Like he didn't say it, but he's been studying genius since the age of 12. So if you want to know what all the greats have done, like, this is your chance to get closer to the action and really absorb the natural growth. And this doesn't take long, by the way. It's just very, very quick.
So, this is a little call to action for you guys if you like what we're saying. So, if any of this resonates with you, why don't you just book a call with us and we'll just talk and see if we can give you some ideas that'll help whatever you want to do. And, I have my 40 years of, awakened experience. Kamal has 25 years in the steel industry. We've overcome so many obstacles. I can't tell you that I overcame autism, if you could believe that. I'm one of the few people on the planet who did that. It wasn't something that I did, but I was given grace. But my grace broke that open. But you know what? It broke it open for a purpose. It broke it open for the purpose of being able to help other people get through that, being able to step into a new, a new paradigm, if you will. So we want to help, kind of update your experience to the maximum level. You got to like yourself, you got to love yourself, you got to move toward, higher consciousness and stimulate that brain to so the vibration keeps coming up and up and up and up, so that you get better ideas, you get better people around you, you get better experiences around you, you get better information around you. All genius is about challenge. So, they get stimulated to the point of where they challenge something big. And when you challenge something big, you grow real fast. So, let us get a chance to get on the line with you. We'll have some fun, even if you don't, do anything with us basically for the long run, you'll walk away with some ideas, I believe, that will help you make some money, have some fun. And, Kamal and I, even though we're talking here, we're funny.
Woo! We have a lot of fun. I mean, the calls, the team building call. I mean, oh my gosh, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to lighten up, start
Not
igniting the
really.
genius that you have in you, and
We're
grow
a
and leave that
genius.
impact and that philanthropy that you want to feel. So very exciting. Thank you, Harrison, for another amazing session. Again, like Harrison said, the calendar call is here on the screen, conference call. Please book the appointment, and nothing to lose and everything to win. Don't be selfish. Like, you see this, if it's resonating, you know it is. Get that intuition making the decision, not your old you. Because a lot of people out there in companies are letting your old selves make the decision. No, if it's resonating, if it feels right, you owe it to yourself, to you and your team and your company and your family and everybody around you. Because, like what I said earlier in the call, this company that we're just about to help, they're going to help thousands of people. So whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to be magnified when you really reach that next level of impact, that next level of growth that you are seeking. And whatever you're seeking is seeking you. So with that, that's all I got. Whatever you're seeking is seeking you. I'm going to finish with that. Final word to Harrison. Anything else, Harrison, before we close up?
Step into the show, baby.
Woo!
Jaime Escalante in the 1970s became the teacher of the year. He took some of the most ghettoed, dysfunctional people in the world and he made them superstars in a multitude of ways. So he said, you got to have a ticket to see the show. So give us a call. We'll look
Peace.
forward to seeing you.
Thank you so much. Talk soon. Blessings to all. And happy Thanksgiving to
Happy
all the Canadian
Thanksgiving.
people
Yeah,
out
man.
there.
Hey, just in case you guys recognize that I don't have my front tooth today, I bit into a lamb chop bone and broke my tooth. So usually these things are I have a $35,000 grill, but right now my tooth broke. So you're seeing me with a hole in my.
He's going to the dentist tomorrow. We're taking care
I'll
of her.
be a dentist
So it's
tomorrow,
all
but
good. All good.
communicate with us. We'll communicate with us. We'll do something extraordinary together. And that's the fun of it, to reach $1 million or better. Okay. And I know you want to do that because we want to do that with you. Okay. See you then.
See you
Don't
then.
don't fall into setbacks.